My name's Tony Stevenson. I'm the chair of the Tino Rawa Trust, which is a classic yacht organisation based in Auckland, New Zealand, and we've travelled to the Australian Wood and Boat Festival with some of our treasures to share them with our friends in Australia. Well, we bought the famous Ngā Taki, which we have talked about for a very long time, that since her stablemate alongside Tirupanga was restored, we've always wanted to have both boats come together because of their history, and their connection is very strong. Ngā Taki was sitting on the Hard in Picton. If it wasn't removed quickly, it would be landfall. So we actually flew down to Picton with one of our boat builders and with Robert, and we had a look on board, and it was really only at that time that you realise the importance of this boat being saved. And for us to lose it would have been a real tragedy. Robert had a look at it and he said it's in very good nick, and it will cost very little for it to restore. So he's here at the festival, and I have no problem reminding him that after 4 restorations, Johnny Ray initially built it in his parents' front yard, built it for £8 10 shillings, and since we've owned it since 2010, we've done a series of restorations that considerably more. So Robert's idea that it wasn't going to cost too much was a little bit rose-tinted glasses, to say. But what we are really pleased to do is that we have taken it back. It's got its new gaff rig that Johnny had in 1931 that was part of the race, and it's now faithfully restored right back to the way that Johnny Ray had it. Well, Johnny wasn't a boat builder, but he dreamed of sailing. He worked on the waterfront in Auckland and he could see the ships coming and going, and he just had a dream of what it would be like to sail the Pacific. So he reached out to several people for thoughts, designs, considerations. He made a model. He accepted the fact that his level of boat building was such that he couldn't make the more complex shapes and curves. But what he could make was what we call a hard chine and a very simple construction. To do that, he made his frames. They were in sections and he attached them with number 8 wire. He shaped the pins with number 8 wire. He got the tar off the road, boiled up the tar on his mother's oven, boiled up the tar, dipped the pins in and baked them in the oven when she was out of the house. And so it's part of the story that makes Ngā Taki so endearing, is that she's basically put together with number 8 wire. When we were restoring it, we wanted those to be on display, and they're very evident when you look around the boat. Well, you know, to make a boat this size for £8 10 shillings, you're finding materials. He had scoured the Hauraki Gulf looking for kauri logs that he wanted to take to the mill and have the boat built with it. But in the book, this is detailed that he dug these logs up off beaches. They had been, you know, cast adrift. It's a rather hilarious story as he tows these logs to the mill with the dream of making a kauri yacht, only to find out that they were pine and of no use whatsoever. So he had to start again. But the story was of building Ngā Taki was captured by many Aucklanders who loved the story of a young man following his dreams and building a boat. So it's an unusually large boat for a boat of the era, 1930s. They tended to be a lot smaller. So it's rather cavernous in that nature. And we were really pleased to take it back to its original configuration with a gaff rig, high top gaff rig. Yeah. It resonates very much with the New Zealand boating fraternity, but it does globally, which is unusual. A little boat from New Zealand attracts so much international attention, and out of all our boats in the Trust, it's the one that we get the most inquiries about from overseas. People actually travel to New Zealand and wanting wanting to see the boat, and they're absolutely amazed that it still exists. They thought it only existed in the book. We've got the actual product as well, so you know, it's a real pleasure to be able to share it with so many people. Certainly the interest here at the Australian Wooden Boat Festival has been amazing. Yeah. For the race, they came together. It was simply to be a race from Auckland to Melbourne, and again, it's written in the book with the adventures and the joys of Trans-Tasman sailing. I'm impressed that Johnny sailed the boat here to Australia. For the race itself, Te Rapanga won the race into Melbourne. Johnny was a couple of days behind in Ngātaki, and you know, they were great. It was great news, widely reported in Auckland, and they were greeted with great hospitality from the Mayor of Melbourne, and they had a great time while they were in Melbourne. They were there for 3 months. I think the reference was they really needed to put to sea to sober up, and so they started the race from Melbourne to Hobart, and again, Te Rapanga won that race. Johnny and the crew on Ngātaki got a fair hammering going across the Bass Strait, and the boat came in a little bit of wear and tear. We have only had 3 hours sailing with the new rig and the sails on Auckland Harbour before we quickly had to take her back and pack her up to meet the deadline to get here. And then the race on Saturday was another couple of hours. So all in all, we've had 5 hours sea trialling the mighty Ngātaki with her new rig. It was magnificent. It was so much fun. Ngātaki, of course, powering up to the start line with an impressive turn of speed. A course was laid round the Derwent. We went round 4 marks and the lead changed 4 times. The final leg, we were side by side coming all the way down to the finish line. Wing and wing, both crews working feverishly to make the boats go fast, and believe it or not, it ended up as a dead heat. We both passed the finish line at exactly the same time. She's a great sea boat. She's certainly not, as you can see by the lines and the beam and whatnot, it's a comfortable ride rather than built for speed. But you know, she's a good 7 knots, and on Saturday it was amazing to see Te Rapanga, you know, beautiful restoration and sailing so well on a reach. But we had the advantage with the big gaff that going downwind, we had a lot more pace. It was great. So both boats have got their different strengths and weaknesses, but I think what I love most about the boat is the way that Johnny's story and the boat resonates with so many people, and it continues to do so. So it's been a real treasure for us to be able to restore this boat and to be able to showcase it. So she'll be sailing on the Waitemata Harbour for many years to come, and we're looking forward to sharing that with as many of the public as we can.